Welcome, dear viewers, to another gripping tale from the heart of Africa. Tonight, we delve into the harrowing world of Beasts of No Nation by Uzodinma Iweala, a story that unravels the brutal reality of war through the innocent eyes of a young boy named Egu. Egu, a bright and curious boy, lived in a small village with his family. Life was simple but full of joy. The children played in the fields, the women gathered by the river, and the men tended to their farms. But then, one fateful day, everything changed. The war came to their village like a storm. Chaos erupted. Houses burned, and families were torn apart. Egu was separated from his mother and sister, forced to run into the dense forest with his father. "Run, Egu! Run and don't look back!" his father shouted. But as they ran, Egu's father was struck down, leaving Egu alone in the unforgiving wilderness. Alone and terrified, Egu wandered until he was captured by a group of rebels. This is where he met the commander, a fearsome and charismatic leader who ruled with an iron fist. "Egu, you are now one of us. You will fight, you will kill, and you will survive," the commander declared. The commander's words were both a curse and a promise. Egu was thrust into a world of violence, forced to become a soldier at an age when he should have been in school. The rebels became his new family, and the gun his new companion. In the midst of this brutal new life, Egu found a strange bond forming with the other child soldiers. They were all victims of the same war, all fighting to survive in a world that had stolen their childhoods. One night, as they prepared for yet another raid, Egu found himself questioning his actions. The faces of the villagers they attacked haunted his dreams. He saw the fear in their eyes, the same fear he had felt when the war first came to his village. "Why are we doing this?" Egu whispered to Strika, his closest friend among the soldiers. Strika, who had been with the rebels longer, simply shook his head. "It's the only way to survive," he replied, his voice hollow. But survival came at a cost. Each raid, each act of violence chipped away at Egu's soul. He remembered his mother's stories of peace and love, and he longed for a way out, a way back to the innocence he had lost. The turning point came during a particularly brutal raid. Egu was ordered to kill a prisoner. As he stood there, gun in hand, the prisoner's eyes met his. They were filled with fear, but also a glimmer of hope. Egu couldn't do it. He dropped the gun and turned away. This act of defiance did not go unnoticed by the commander. "You think you can disobey me?" the commander snarled, grabbing Egu by the collar. "You are nothing without us." But Egu had made up his mind. He knew he couldn't continue down this path. The next morning, under the cover of darkness, Egu and Strika made their escape. Their journey was perilous, but they were driven by the hope of finding a place where they could be free from the horrors of war. They moved stealthily through the forest, avoiding patrols and scavenging for food. Days turned into weeks, and just when hope seemed lost, they stumbled upon a refugee camp. It was a place of sanctuary, where the wounded and weary sought solace from the war. Egu and Strika were welcomed into the camp. For the first time in months, they felt a glimmer of safety. They began to heal, both physically and emotionally, from the scars of their ordeal. But the memories of their past haunted them. The faces of those they had lost, the horrors they had witnessed, were ever-present shadows. Egu found solace in writing. He began to document his experiences, pouring his heart onto the pages, hoping to find some semblance of peace through his words. His story, like many others, is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It is a reminder of the horrors of war and the innocence lost, but also of the hope that can be found even in the darkest of times. Beasts of No Nation is not just a story of war. It is a story of survival, of finding light in the darkest places, and of the enduring strength of the human spirit. If you found this tale moving, please like and subscribe to our channel MBM Drama. Join us as we continue to explore and share more powerful stories from the heart of Africa and beyond.